I am a woman. Likewise, happy Women's History.
Welcome back, y'all. It's Melanie and Megan, and we're back at it again with another topic. We haven't been on in a couple months, so I need y'all to go ahead and first of all, like, subscribe, and comment. We like to talk about issues regarding a little bit of a lot of things. So today's topic, actually, Megan, happy Women's History Month.
Thank you. I am a woman. Likewise, happy Women's History.
So we are going to talk about women. I'm kind of mad we missed Black History Month, though. That's my favorite. We might have to, run it back.
We talked about being Black in the workplace. That came out.
Oh, yeah. People going to get tired of talking about being Black, but I'm Black all the time.
I'm Black 24/7. So what?
My whole life, Black. Okay, so Megan, I feel like you were going to ask me this question, but now I want to ask you this question. What does being a woman mean to you?
Ooh, a woman. Being a woman to me means it's hard.
Is being a woman and being a lady different?
That's all I was about to, because I was about to describe being a lady, but you don't have to be a lady to be a woman.
True. I'm living proof of that.
So it's like, wow. So y'all watching, I was going to ask Melanie that question for certain reasons. I was going to ask her, and I didn't expect her to ask that question back. So I'm a bit caught off guard. So as we have a bit of radio silence, please bear with me. I would say being a woman, what that means to me is being in tune with your femininity and not seeing it as a weakness or even as submissive, but as understanding what true femininity means and relishing in that and knowing that wherever you go, you're being an asset wherever you go, because that's the nature of, of being feminine. Think of a flower. A flower is very feminine. Nature is very feminine, and flowers, they blossom, they grow. Nature has always something sprouting out of it. So being an asset wherever you go and really making those around you better, I would qualify that as being a woman.
That was a really great answer, Megan. Phenomenal.
Bit poetic. Oh. So likewise, Melanie, what does being a woman mean to you?
Well, that's a good question. First of all, I don't think I'm good at it.
You have a vagina?
But do I? I'm just playing. Too far. Too far. But I mean, I always said that I was Mommy and Daddy's first son.
Yes, we say that. I say that too.
Yeah, yes. we say that. So I don't think I'm womaning the right way. I'm doing it all wrong. But if I had,
Go ahead.
If I had to describe what I think being a woman is, I don't know. What is being a woman? I can describe women. Women are soft yet hard at the same time. You gotta be strong, nurturing, lovely and pleasant. I have no idea. Like, take me back to the 5th grade, man. Like, I don't know.
But that's the thing, though. I think, and I even had a hard time identifying with this too. It's not just that a woman is one type, right? So I think you're describing being a woman too, but sometimes we think being a woman means, like you said before we started, being ladylike. Right. And you can be a woman and be a tomboy or like basketball or, do like wrestling, whatever it is you like, you can still be a woman. So I think that even I have a challenging time differentiating between being a girly girl versus being a woman. Because you don't have to be a girly girl to be a woman. Does that make sense?
Right. And maybe we are asking the wrong question. Maybe we should ask, like, what is being a lady? Because, these days, things are really different when it comes to being a woman. So you can't really just like generalize it and put it all under one umbrella. It's under a lot of umbrellas.
What's being a lady?
Being a lady. Okay. I think a lady is poised, have confidence, walk into the room and just flawless. A lady is someone of good character, standards. Jesus help us. Please, ladies, have some standards. We'll talk about that later. I don't know, it just very poised. And I got to learn how to do that. I feel like some cultures actually teach women how to be ladies, and I feel like maybe we should get back to that. And I'm not saying like be like the stereotypical, oh, get in the kitchen and cook or get somewhere and clean. I'm saying like holding your wine glass the right way, gestures, posture. I feel like all of these things are important because being a woman in America, you have to do a lot of competing with the man. We all know that men make more money than us. And maybe it's because we're too submissive or passive. And I feel like women don't have to be like that to be able to make their point, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely get it. And it's like one thing I would love to be, Melanie knows, I would love to just be a lady. Like there's something so
I gotta take tips from you, man. I'm terrible at this lady thing.
Shoot, I want to be a lady only because and that's the thing, you don't have to be a girly girl or anything like that. It's just walking into the room with a certain charisma about you is very attractive and very ladylike and feminine. And I think that sometimes people confuse being a lady with being passive. Because like you said, in the workplace, you do have to be a bit more bold. And you can do that and still keep your poise and still be have your ladylike essence about you. So those of you who are watching, please do not get it confused. We're not saying, oh, shut up when folks walk in the room or don't speak up for yourself. Oh, not at all. We're just saying maybe as a culture, we can get back to being a bit more
soft, a little soft.
Thank you. Soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that comes from us as women, in particular the Black woman, having to be extra strong for the family, or Black women always have to be strong since the beginning of time. We are the strongest, in my opinion. Sorry, but we're the strongest, so we have to portray that, and sometimes we're called masculine. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be hard for you to find a man because you're too strong. You're not submissive enough. But we always had to be that strong person. So that's what I'm saying. We probably need to get back in the community and learn how to be a little soft. It's okay to be soft. You got your stuff together. You don't have to be angry, upset, super hard. It's okay to be nice and soft sometimes.
I agree with that. And I think, so speaking of being hard or being soft, do you think it's a generational thing with Black women, or do you see even millennial women taking on more of maybe a harder exterior, or is it even a hard exterior? Is it just maybe we're just misunderstood? What's your take on the millennials in particular?
I think we're definitely misunderstood for sure. I feel as though with millennial women, a lot of us went to college. A lot of us are trying to be entrepreneurs, and with independence comes this hard masculine feel for most people. You know what I'm saying? Or people may perceive it that way, which comes with the misunderstood thing. Just because I have my own business, a degree, and I'm about my business, I'm not gonna let you run over me, doesn't mean that I have this masculine energy. And people get intimidated by that. We're intimidated. We're not the soft. I know we gotta be soft, but you're too soft. Yeah. If you got a problem with it. Yeah, what do you think about that?
And it's so interesting. So I'll tell y'all a story. Speaking of, for some reason, people qualify us as being masculine once we get to a certain level of, once we get to a certain level in our career, whether we have our own business or whatever. And it's not just people, it's the world somehow equates success with masculinity. And that goes back to the toxic idea of masculinity that only men can be successful. Like that definitely intertwines with that. So it's just so toxic that as a culture, we don't say it, but a lot of us think it, that if a woman, for example, if a woman is single, unmarried, like 45, she has her own business and is successful in her field, there will be rumors that comes out that she's a homosexual, that she's gay, because there's a masculine overtone that society puts on you when you are successful. And
so true.
The story behind that, last year around this time, I did speaking engagement. It was my first speaking engagement in 2020. I spoke on a panel, and some months later, a girl followed me. We followed each other. I spoke on the panel at the conference. She sang at the conference. So we ended up exchanging Instagrams. One day in August, she slid in my DMs, and she was like, "Hey, Megan, I just think you're so cute and so amazing, and beautiful." I would love to hang out and take you out sometime. And me being myself and not think anything of it, I'm like, girl, of course we can hang out. Let's do brunch. This is gonna be great. Like, yes.
You should have went. I think you should have went.
And y'all, so I'm up here thinking this is a business, talk, a networking thing. And something in my spirit was like, Megan, reach out to her again to clarify on what this meetup actually is. So I reached back out to her maybe the night before we were supposed to hang out. I said, hey girl, just wanted to check in. We're on for 1 p.m. Let's do 1 p.m. tomorrow around brunch. I'm excited. He said, actually, no, girl, I'm thinking about like 5:30. It's this nice jazz spot we should go to. I said, a jazz spot? What was it? That's a bit intimate.
Yeah, nice romantic. Oh, she got taste.
And then I wrote back and said, actually, I'm only free during brunch time. And I said, I'm only free during brunch time. Maybe we can reschedule for another day when you're free around brunch time. And then I said, looking forward to networking with you, to clarify. That is the networking exchange. She writes back. I was like, oh yeah, that we can definitely hang out another time. She said, just to clarify, I was asking you out like on a date.
I'm kind of jealous about that. Ain't no girl ever asked me out on a date.
And I'm like, ma'am, excuse me? What is wrong? What are you talking about? And so I asked a friend of mine, I asked one of my homeboys actually, I was like, yo, this girl asked me on a date. He was like, honestly, she probably thought you were gay because, you're doing X, Y, and Z. And he's like, sometimes people throw on like a masculine overtone on women who were doing their thing in business. And I was like, what do you know? You don't say.
Huh. So does that mean to like overcompensate for that? We have to get even softer, or do you just ignore it? Because if society is viewing us that way, if she's viewing you that way, it must be multiple people. It's probably not just her.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So with her in particular, I said, "Girl, I just gotta ask." I said, "Now, what made you think that I was swinging on that side of the field?" And she, according to her, she said it's not that she thought I was gay. She just thought I was so fantastic or beautiful, whatever. That she just had to shoot her shot. Her words. So those were her words. She didn't say that because you wore a blazer. I thought, she didn't say that. But my friend
say something so bad.
Go ahead, say it.
No, go ahead. What you say?
I was gonna say my friend who said that though did bring something. He enlightened me, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. That.
Huh?
What was you about to say?
I said maybe you was, I know you got you've been wearing the locks for 2 years and stuff, and maybe nothing. It's okay. Nothing. They're beautiful. You look great.
So the locks represent.
No. Right no. I'm thinking about life.
Right now. What?
I don't know where I was going with that. I love locks. My boyfriend got locks. I want to have some. Actually, I think I want to do it on my 30th birthday. But anyway, let's just fast forward.
Oh my God. I thought about that too, honestly. Okay. Because, I get it. So, okay. Go ahead, Melanie.
No, then you stop it. But the thing is,
everybody thinking no.
Ain't no everybody. She's one person. And honestly, I think it's flattering. Like, I think that's flattering. A chick with oh my God, she's taking it out, y'all. She's taking it out.
I gotta go. I can't. No, I can't.
She's nuts. Oh my God, Megan, you're beautiful. You look great. She just be flattered. It's a compliment.
But that's the thing. Is like, I don't know. As a woman, it's hard because it's like you don't want to change who you are.
Exactly.
I like having locks. And it's like, it's so sad that that's what the world or that's what people think. That
exactly. Especially if you're not like super, super, super. Like, I feel like taller women are associated with masculinity, shorter women are associated with femininity.
Yeah.
And like if you were short with locks and super like that, I feel like people wouldn't think, oh, she's gay. I don't think people think you're gay now. There's just one chick. That's literally one person. Now, if 2 more people say something,
then I gotta get rid of the locks.
Then you just might just get a girlfriend.
What? What was it?
But
we can have an honest conversation real quick. So you really think it's probably I should get rid of locks per the masculine thing?
Megan, I have no idea. I wish you would went more in depth with you about it. I just think you're confident. You're vocal, and I think stop right now. Stop. What you should do? You should take them down, wear your natural for maybe like a month, and see how you feel about it.
I've done that for 2 years.
For 2 years. You had locks for 2 years now too.
Yeah, but I was natural for a long time too, and so it's like
get your silk press. I felt real. Get your silk press with some curls. I felt real, ladylike when I had that.
But that's not. But think about that. You felt more ladylike with a silk press. Why is it that black hairstyles aren't considered feminine?
Ooh.
But
I think.
Go ahead.
You're right. I don't know. I know, like, if I don't have makeup on, I just throw my puff up. I don't feel that good about myself. But it's because I didn't put any effort. Like, I feel fine now. Got my makeup on. Like, I tried. But I feel like with my hair straightened, I don't really have to do a lot of trying. I don't know what that's about. I'm brainwashed.
We all are.
That's terrible. And that's why I'm glad we went on this journey, this natural hair journey anyway. When you were like, I want to be able to love myself in my natural state. I don't want to have to put a wig on to love myself. And I'm glad I did that because I don't have to wear a wig anymore. I know I mentioned that before, but I don't have to do that anymore. I feel good and comfortable with my natural. You either like it or you don't. So yeah, gender roles.
I'm sorry. I'm just still stuck on Melanie talking about I'm gay because I got locks. But that makes sense. That makes sense. Not wrong.
I just think that people might relate that to Whoopi Goldberg. You don't look like Whoopi. Oh man. Okay.
Okay.
Maggie, it's okay, Maggie. You don't look like Whoopi. You're beautiful. Well, ain't nothing wrong with Whoopi either, but you don't look like her. I was literally just kidding. That's what I wanted to say, but I was just kidding. But I knew you was gonna get all weird like that, and that's why I didn't want to say it.
But I mean, how could anyway? But y'all, that's what happened. A woman asked me out on a date because she thought that she had a shot. God bless her though.
I just think that's a compliment at the end of the day. It's a compliment. She literally just probably shot her shot. I mean, gay people do it all the time. Shoot they shot and get shot down because, the other person isn't gay.
But you know what's so funny? Per her Instagram, you would never even think. Like, I thought she was straight because she would post things about men. Maybe she's bisexual. I don't know. But per her Instagram, she posts stuff about men all the time. Like she doesn't. She's not like she dressed very feminine. Like she wears dresses and skirts and all that stuff. So it was just very interesting that it's very weird.
I think you should call her back.
What is wrong with y'all, Melanie? What is wrong with you? I'm not gay. God.
I mean, you can just hang out. You don't have to be gay and hang out. You can just be hanging out.
I told her, I said, if you want to network, I'm down.
See, she ain't got no game. She should have been like, yeah, network. That's what she should have been.
I would do. So I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna network.
Yeah, network, and then she just like she messed it all up.
But back on topic, y'all. So basically, being a woman, it has you can really create the definition. And I want to say again that when we strive to be ladylike, it's not saying we're striving to be weak or trying to take us back to the 50s or anything like that. I want to make that very, very clear. Because some people hear the term, oh, I want to be a lady. Oh, pick me. Oh, that whole nonsense. So I just want to kind of make that clear.
Oh, and also Different cultures, I'll put it like that. Different cultures really go to college to find a husband.
Mm.
Like that was never my. I mean, I couldn't wait to see the boys. I was excited about that. But finding a husband was never. That wasn't my priority. I went to school to get an education. And some people in different cultures say, "Yeah, I went to school to get my MRS degree, my Mrs. degree." I'm like, "What? Like that's the girl. That's the reason why I went to school." What? Yeah. I'm like, what? That blew my mind. And it's because some people are more privileged than us. Like they can afford to go to school and go get their MRS degree versus we actually try to go to get an education so we can get better jobs.
Yeah, we try to make it out the mud.
Exactly, because we're literally in the mud. So that blew my mind.
But what's so interesting though about womanhood and black women are killing the game right now, and we are the most educated demographic, which is beautiful because we have been treated like dirt for so long. So we're the most educated demographic. We the most upcoming CEOs and all that stuff. So we're doing something right, And
I wonder if we like did the research. I'm pretty sure that all those women entrepreneurs or women CEOs, what percentage of them are married versus single?
It'd probably be a lot single.
That's terrible. Like you don't ever see a Caucasian woman in any type of powerful role and single.
What's interesting though, I rarely see a Caucasian woman, white women, in a powerful role that is not associated with her husband.
Ooh.
So
I guess it depends on what you want. Like, do you want the man and live a life like, with him, under him or whatever? Or do you want to thrive and be single? Like, are these the only options we have?
And that's so sad as women, because as women, y'all know, once you hit a certain age, people ask you, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? When and men, they don't have that level of pressure that we have. And for women, we honestly feel like we have to choose. Do I want a career or do I want to find love? And I honestly feel like choosing one over the other sucks. Because if you choose, you want to have children and you want to get married, well, you kind of lose yourself in being a mom. If you don't have other interests, right? So if you forfeit your goals, which most women do,
Yeah, you see it all the time. You see it all the time.
So then you end up raising your children, putting your all in your children, and then putting all into your marriage. Divorce rate is still at 50%. So somebody doing it wrong anyway. So it's like you're doing all this and you still feel like you're lacking. And on the other side, if you completely forfeit romance and you do work, you end up feeling like a robot.
Yeah, and then if you do want to have kids, I mean, like we said before, you go to college, get out of school around 20, 21, 22, do your best to find you a job. Shoot, by 30, you're finally on your feet. Things are, maybe if you're lucky enough or blessed enough, things are rolling for you. But we're on the time schedule. Like we gotta have kids before we draw on up.
But yeah, so the reason why we're talking about womanhood, y'all, again, this is Women's History Month, and I'm so proud of women, how far we've come. Because as a woman, we were always considered as second class, as shut up, let your husband do your bidding for you.
Ew, excuse me?
Yeah, and we're smarter, so that's ridiculous.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Exactly. Ew.
I'm proud, and we get to see people like Kamala Harris being the VP, people like Michelle Obama, being pioneers. So yes, women have had
when you think about Michelle Obama, she put her career aside for Barack, right?
I believe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's another situation. Like, had she not done that, would they be together? Like, she chose marriage over fulfilling her dreams. I don't know if she had finished her dreams, but she probably could have been president herself. Eventually. But she put that on the back burner to help her husband out, or to be by his side.
And women, and it's almost like expected of a woman. to drop, like, think about the idea, ladies, that we have to drop our last names. Think about that.
I plan to keep in mind because that's ridiculous. Gates been my last name all my life. Why drop it for you?
I would love to hyphenate it, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't know what I would do. But I plan on hyphenating.
I know a lot of people in the South lose their middle name, put their last name as their middle name.
Yeah.
So I plan on doing that. Like Melanie, so I'll put Melanie Gates, whatever my last name will be.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I plan on doing that. And I might even keep Renee Gates as my middle name. I don't know. But I really want to keep Gates because, I mean, why do I got to drop that? I don't want to just forget who I was. And I got to be this whole different person. Like, it's all symbolic.
It is all symbolic. But my thing is this too, though. I want the same last name as my children. And I think sometimes, even when you hyphenate it, or even when you do stuff, people, for whatever reason, like school systems even, will keep, like, just, your maiden name for whatever reason, if it's a hyphenated name. So that's something I just think about. I want my children, I want us all to have the same last name. So I have to figure out a way to keep it. And then, it's something I think about.
Man, my knee is killing me. Anybody else feel like they just old? My body just hurts.
Yeah, 26, 27, the new 66 and 67.
That's what it felt, Maggie, when I said my knees hurt so bad. Like, I can never do what Meg Thee Stallion does. I'm just not able. Some ain't able. I'm some.
Y'all know how embarrassing it is that my name is Megan? Because people automatically be like, Meg Thee Stallion, Meg Thee Stallion. And I'd be like, ooh, to do that.
People do that to me too. And my name is Melanie. They call me Mel the Stallion.
Because you a stallion or something?
I guess so. I mean, more like a quarterback, not a quarterback, a linebacker. I'd rather be the quarterback. I'm the linebacker. But yeah, I just feel like it's like, what is the formula to fix it? To fix the fact that in order to be, if you're a successful woman and you don't take any mess, like, where are the strong men? Like, why is it always us that gotta be like, well, let me bring myself down, let me tone it down? Where are the strong men that's able to handle that? Do they not exist?
I think they do. This is my theory. Again, I'm single, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But my theory is that I feel like as women, and I'll speak for Black women, I think we bail people out too much.
Okay.
I think that we want strong men, but from my experience, we don't hold men accountable. Like, for example, something small happened. Me and a friend of mine, we were buying this TV, and something small. We were buying this TV. The TV was too big for us to carry. So I asked one of the workers, I said, hey, he was a man. I said, hey, can you help us get this TV and put it in our car and take it out, to the car? And I mean, he's a worker, so that's his job.
I'm saying, is he gonna say no?
No, so he's like, okay, give me a minute, I'll be right there. So I guess he took longer than expected. And my friend was like, Megan, we can just do this ourselves, girl. We don't need him. We can just do this ourselves. And I'm like, well, I just asked him. This is his job. We can wait.
That's literally his job. I thought you were gonna say he was gonna say no. Like, that's literally his job.
And she's like, Megan, girl, we can just come on. And so she picks it up and puts it in the cart and like goes along. And so I was like, that's a very small example, but it is representation. I think a lot of times of how we act. We, instead of, if we need to remind him, then remind him like, hey, remember, we're waiting on you. Hold somebody accountable when they say they're going to do something, instead of just assuming the position. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think with my friend, I think that stems from her having to do everything by herself, seeing her mom do everything by herself, and kind of always expecting men to bail out or to, like, not do what they said they're going to do. Mm-hmm. And so it definitely comes from that. And I think sometimes as women, we just have to kind of take a beat and be like, you know what? I'm going to hold this person accountable. If they say they're going to help me, I'm going to hold them accountable to that.
Especially if it's their job.
Yeah, especially if it's their job.
And you're a dude. Like, they should have offered anyway if they saw you struggling. So I think that also I feel like I feel like some people just feel like they have something to prove. Like, it's like an ego thing. Like, you don't have to do it just so you can say you did it well. And then people want to, with that comes, Well, you didn't want to help me. Now there's an argument going on that didn't need to happen. You don't have to prove something all the time. Like you said, if he said he's going to do it, hold him accountable, let him do it. You are a lady. And if we treat ourselves like ladies, people will, if we want to be treated like ladies, we have to treat ourselves like ladies. Like if he see you carrying a big old TV outside by yourself on your back, of course you're gonna be like, what's up, bruh? Like you're the homeboy now. It's the small things. It's the little things. Like you have to, like you said, hold them accountable and like treat yourself like a lady. Like, oh my goodness, no, I'm a woman. I don't need to be carrying this. Like you gotta have like some sense of bougie to you a little bit. Be like, oh no, I want to say I'm too good for this or too good for that. But if you're saying like, oh no, I can't do that, that's a man's job. Now we talking about gender roles. See, I get confused. But if you treat yourself like that, men gonna be like, when you get a man or whatever, she's single, ain't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but the thing is, so like, if you do that, like think about in the beginning of a relationship. If you do things like that in the beginning of your relationship, it becomes habit for the man to open the door for you, and hold him accountable. Like if he just hopped in the car, you want the door open for you. Many times I sit outside the car and just wait. Okay, let me get the car for you. Let me get the door for you. And then eventually it becomes a pattern to keep doing it. I am a lady. You're going to put my gas. You're going to open my doors. If I can't carry something, it could be super small. You see me about to carry something. No, babe, I got it. And then I can be like, oh, no, I got it. It's all good. You don't have to worry about it. I got it. But you need to, the offering hand matters. And let them do it. I can't believe she took the TV outside like that. I can do it. She wanted to show people that she was strong enough to do it on her own. They're going to treat you as like, you're strong enough to do it all by yourself. What do you need me for?
Exactly.
So what do you need me for?
Yeah. And it's like, and again, it's just, I don't know. But I was going to mention, Dad told me something interesting like years ago. It was like, he said it casually. He was just like, if a man offers you help, take it. Even if you don't need it, take the help. And I was like,
Daddy said that?
I was like, bet. I love help. Okay, yeah. And so even now, if like, I'm still like, I was bringing my suitcase in one day. I had just bought this new suitcase. And my neighbor, like my next door neighbor, he was like, hey, I was like, yes, thank you. The suitcase was almost light as a feather. But it's
really? And I would have been the one that said, no, I'm good. I got it.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it teaches men almost again how to introduce treating a woman like a lady. I feel like
chivalry.
Yeah, but I feel like that has to be regroomed because even on the man's side, a lot of Black men grew up without their fathers around, grew up with the mom, seeing their mom do everything. So they think that being strong like that, being physically strong like that is attractive or, it means something. So I think
my girl got it. Yeah, got a big TV, she got it.
And so
no.
And so it's like I think we have to do our part in kind of retraining that habit. So yeah, if somebody offers you help, take it.
Daddy don't ever give me no advice. He don't tell me nothing.
He said very, very casually. Like you would miss it if you wasn't like, it's very, very casually. He said.
Gotcha.
Okay,
man. So it's like, I'm at the end of the day, I'm still confused on how to handle this because I feel like it's just a balance. At the end of the day, you got to have balance. And I think that's what it boils down to. You don't have to be all the way left field, talking about I'll carry this TV by myself. You don't have to all the way be right field. Oh, can't do anything on my own. Like you don't have to be on both sides. Be in somewhere in the middle. Let people respect you. Respect yourself and people will respect you back. If you need some help and you ask that man for some help and that's his job, it's not like you ask a stranger.
Yeah,
that's his job. Let him do it. What can we get people to take away today? So what Daddy said, if a man offers to help you, take it. Don't let the creepers ask you for nothing. If you're getting weird vibes and he's a little strange, let him go on about the business or run for the hills. But if he's a normal person, take that help. Just because you are a boss B and you're on top of your stuff, don't mean that you can't be submissive to your man. That don't mean that you're too hard. It does not mean you're gay. And I'm not being gay. But they don't mean that. It's just these men. Like, yes, we have issues too, but I'm always so tired of us blaming the woman. We got to change everything. And one thing about that, just make me think about this thing about birth control. Why women got to take the birth control? Like, I was thinking about that. I was looking at TikTok. I know I'm a millennial on TikTok. I was looking at TikTok and they were basically like, I already knew this. Women, we only can get pregnant once every 9 months. And a vasectomy, if you get a vasectomy, it's reversible. Instead of putting things we don't know what's going in our body, messing with maybe that's why we have a lot of fertility issues, because we were on birth control, and it wasn't a whole bunch of birth control going on back when grandmama was getting busy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why grandma, grandpa, papa, and mama, they had a whole bunch of kids.
Papa and mama.
They had a lot of kids, but they weren't on birth control. Now, when birth control became a factor, and we're starting to eat bad, now we got all these fertility issues. How interesting.
That's facts, though. So yeah, like you said, someone offered you to help take it. Just because you're at the top of your game, that doesn't mean that somehow you're masculine. Continue to be fantastic in your field, and don't minimize yourself to get a man, because you have.
But it's okay to be soft. It's okay to be a little soft.
It's okay to be soft.
Be a lady.
But minimize yourself, meaning don't forfeit your dreams.
Right.
You know,
because you can still be a boss, be with class and poise.
Right. So what was the other one, Melanie? We had those two. What was the other one?
The other one. Another one is gender roles. We talked about being a woman, what it means to be a woman, and things like that. But honestly, when it comes to gender roles, whatever works in your relationship works in your relationship. Like, I see a lot of men these days are being house fathers. I mean, I really don't want that, but if that works for your relationship, that works. I'm really learning that everybody's relationship is different. What works for them works for them. We got to keep our mouths off people's relationships.
That's facts. Keep your mouth, because the very thing that you said you wouldn't put up with, you find yourself putting up with it.
Exactly. And why is it okay for women to stay at home with the kids all day and the man can't ever do it? If women are like excelling in business and things, somebody got to be at home with the kids. If we're going up here, what is the man doing? Like, no, be at home with the kids. Go ahead and try it out. You might like that dynamic. That might work for some people. You know what I'm saying? But traditionally, I mean, I prefer to, I just want to be top of my game too. But does that mean I'm gonna have a stay-at-home husband? I don't know. I'm lost inside my brain, y'all. Life is hard. At the end of the day, life is hard. Be who you are. Don't change yourself for nobody. Unless you messed up in the mind, you need to get some counseling then, and be a better person for society and yourself, and treat yourself with some respect so people can treat you with some respect too. If that man asks to offer to help you, take it. If you out here, I'm big, bad, and strong, you don't have to be like that. It's okay. You do not have to be like that anymore. The times have changed. You don't have to do that anymore. I promise you. The right man will come along. You have nothing to prove. Stop trying to prove stuff. People's egos are so big. You don't have to keep proving stuff to nobody. If you know that you can carry that TV, then you know it. You don't have to show everybody else. That's what I thought that's what people be doing. You can't show everybody else that you can take, like some people stay at home and take care of their entire family while everybody else go live their lives. Somebody really close to us that was like that. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. She was at home with the family, and her older siblings left and went on and do things, but she was stuck at home with her sick parents. So I guess somebody had to do it, but now she's in the state hatred for people because nobody took her with them, or state of resentment. And my thing is, you chose to stay there. I'm not saying give up on your family or nothing like that, but get some different arrangements going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to someday put yourself first so you can be able to pour out of a full glass. If you don't put yourself first and your glass is empty, you can't pour out of an empty cup, people. You got to give people what's left so you can still have something for yourself. And because nobody owes you anything. If you stay back and take care of people and your siblings left and had great lives, that person don't owe you anything. And you being mad for so long is all on you. That doesn't do anything for them.
Yeah, that was great advice. All right, y'all. So that was great advice, and Melanie made an excellent point. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. Be your absolute best self, and then the rest, will be taken care of. So my computer's dying again. So thank you, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining. We love y'all. Happy Women's History Month. Keep being phenomenal, beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.